I don't put mine on. Hey, you're live.
Oh, hey, we're live. Check that out. Tell me we're live. You're live.
You are. No, you are.
We're alive.
That's good to be alive.
That's right. Hey, how you guys doing? We decided to change things up a little bit and sit out on the porch. It's 75 degrees here in Tennessee, and we're loving the weather. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nicer outside than inside. It's a little chilly in the cabin still.
Yeah, it doesn't want to, trying to push the air through the cabin and warm it up a little bit.
Ugh. Get seated right in these wonderful chairs.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's doing well.
The idea was to get the camera to try to see the lake behind us, but it looks like it kind of shoots over us and the sun is...
All you're going to see is trees. You're not going to see the lake unless you're pointing it that way.
Right. Well, we'll show the lake before we get off of here. So the camera needs to be up and pointed down, and the sun is probably glaring the camera. So
I know it's making my eyeglasses dark, very dark. So yeah. I'm not even going to wear them.
Yeah, it's a little bit bright, so the lighting is a little... We look like we're in the shadows, but that's okay. We just wanted to change up the setting a little bit. How you guys doing?
I want to soak up warm air.
Warm air?
I'm tired of being chilly.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yep. So this winter we heated strictly with propane, with a propane heater. And then in the bedroom we had an electric oscillating heater. But we had them set at like 64 in the bedroom, and in the living room's like 60. So we didn't set them very warm. So you had to wear some warm clothes and the heat.
I think there's some work that needs to be done for next season, filling up gaps and all that kind of stuff, because I don't think the previous owners did that very well.
Yeah. When I was painting, I saw some holes that go in between wood, and I don't know how deep it goes. It may go all the way to the inside of the house. So we definitely need to get some filler going in some of those holes. And
yeah, Brett's got a big list of things to do.
We've hit the major ones, but we got a whole bunch of little ones to do, don't we?
I don't know how little that is. Sound pretty major to me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we're more familiar with the house now, and we know there was a lot of air gaps in the windows, so we know we don't have that problem. So now we can, worry about the other holes in the area.
Well, what happens if you have holes? Then you got moles.
Yeah, you got holes, you got moles.
You need to be careful and get those sealed up.
That's right.
For sure.
I haven't seen our buddies lately either, the groundhogs.
No, that's good. Maybe they moved.
Maybe they moved on down.
Moved away for the winter and ain't never coming back.
Hopefully so, yeah.
They got evicted. They took heed to the notice.
We gave them an eviction notice.
Yes.
Maybe they read it. We had to put it in groundhogese so they could read
it. You got problems, buddy. So, yeah, thank you for all the well wishes. I'm still trying to heal up from this surgery where the wound opened up, the sutures got ripped out, and come to find out the reason why they don't sew you back up is in case there's bacteria trapped in there, then it would get sealed in there and you'd have even bigger problems. So you just kind of have to tough it out. And it has been the most pain I've ever been in my whole life.
Yeah, she was having regrets on having the surgery done, but you really didn't have a whole lot of choices.
No. You don't have a choice. When you have to have surgery, you have to have surgery. But it's just like, I didn't expect it to last this long. And the healing time's probably going to be another month.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And at least probably another good 2 weeks of severe pain is what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. So it's been a challenge, and it's really been rough.
Well, we did see the doctor this morning, though, and she looked at it and says
that it's going in the right direction, at least.
It's going in the right direction.
And it's just going to take time, and you need to be easy. And
it's not infected and all these things. I was like, well, great. Then why does it hurt?
I'm sure I haven't been as easy as I should be, because I usually do more than I'm supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know That's why I keep telling Brett, go do something. Like, leave me out of the plans. Just go. And that hasn't worked out. But so what else is going on?
Well, we pulled the RV out of the garage this morning and let it warm up a little bit. The garage was cold too, so we opened that up. I'm sure it's warm now. And later on, we're going to give the motorcycle a start up. It hadn't been started all winter either. You just start it up and just let it run. And just kind of reorganizing things in the garage a little bit. Like we want to try to go on a little short trip. So we're kind of repacking the RV. Like we took the washer and the dryer out for short-term trips, so we don't have to take all that stuff for a short-term trip. So we're kind of just kind of thinking about where it is we want to go and when can we go. So we're still kind of looking over that and seeing what's going on.
And pre-planning. Oh. I take my hair down. It's like sometimes it gets a little too tight. You got to take it down.
Take it down.
And then it gets in your way and you got to put it back up. And all day long you're going up and down, up and down. All the joys of having super long hair.
Yay. I like it though. It's pretty.
Yeah, well, of course the dudes like it. They don't have to deal with it. Easy for y'all. But I look back at some of my pictures where my hair was to here and I'm like, yeah, that was nice. Just wash and go. Throw a little mousse on it and you're good to go. Super nice.
Mousse?
Yeah. Mousse is not only delicious, you can put it in your hair, but that's a whole different kind of mousse. Wackadoodle.
You said mousse. That's what I think of.
But yeah, it's been a nice week, and what's really been hectic is we went to the gym a couple of times because the doctor said, well, you can try walking a little, but make sure it's very little, maybe a quarter of a mile. And you could try doing some upper body, but don't do any lower body exercises. So it's almost like a huge teaser. You get to the gym and do some arm workout and you can't even walk the track, but at least it's getting out. But the weather has been so nice. I'm like, oh, I'd love to go for a walk right now. It's killing me. I'm not a person who likes to sit still. So that's a fun challenge there.
Yeah.
And then there's too much to do to actually sit still. So I'm still helping do stuff. So Yahoo.
That's a drink, isn't it? Yahoo?
No, that's email service.
Oh, I thought it was a chocolate.
That's a Yoo-hoo.
Oh, a Yoo-hoo.
Not a Yahoo.
Oh, okay. I got my Yahoos and Yoo-hoos mixed up.
This Yahoo needs a Yoo-hoo.
I do. I love Yoo-hoos. They're good.
It takes a lot to work with this situation here.
I'm still being trained.
You're untrainable. We've already gone past that point, ladies and gentlemen. He's untrainable, and I pray to God every day about why he gave me such a challenge.
Yeah. So we had the pleasure of meeting one of our neighbors who hasn't really been here since we got here that I've noticed. If he came and went and I didn't see him, it's very possible. But he's like down the hill, but he's adjacent to it. He'd be our next door neighbor, but he's like 3 lots down. And super nice guy. I know he works with the singers and songwriters in Nashville. He does a lot of traveling. But he's been very nice, and I asked him if it was okay if we could walk down the back of his property and look at some trees that I would like to remove. And he said, oh, take all the trees you want. I was like, I'm not trying to clear cut your property. I'd like to take that one and maybe that one and that one. And all of these are like little. I don't think there's anything more than 4 inches that I was trying to take. And he's like, oh, yeah, there's no problem with that. Just take all you want. So, super nice guy. He's an older gentleman, and he still drives a 280Z around. He's got a neat-looking old car. 280Z, Datsun 280Z. You guys remember those? I didn't think there were any left. But anyway, it was good meeting another super nice neighbor and enjoyed talking to him and enjoyed looking at his car and talking about his car.
It's always nice meeting nice people.
Yeah, he's definitely nice people.
Yeah, I agree. Painting the porch was not taking it easy. When I was editing that video, I said, you know what? It's no wonder taking down the tree house and painting the deck and rails. But Brett at the time was like, you're fine.
I thought those were easy things
because he's comparing to what Therese normally would do.
Right.
And that's not really how you should compare it, because what I normally do is much more usually than the average person. I'm not trying to brag or anything like that.
But I've also told you that you have to stay within your own tolerances based on your pain, which I can't feel.
Yeah, but when I tell you my tolerances, you're like, okay, like I'm full of baloney.
I'm not saying, I never said that.
Get it together. You're one way, and then another way, and it's whatever, buddy.
Sandy, I'm just reading your comment. Yeah, that's a lot of surgeries. We've been pretty fortunate health-wise. These are
not lately.
No, not lately, but some of these were pre-existing things. My shoulder had been like that for a while, and
all the stress from living in Otter Creek and all that going on created extra health problems, created more downtime, I guess. When you have all that stress, your healing and all that, and your immune system becomes compromised, and those are lasting effects. So that's why more and more I continue, even to this day, to try to distance myself more from Otter Creek, more from all the drama. I don't like the drama. I left Otter Creek for a reason, and I'd love for all that to be in my rear view. And I know as far as the meetings go, we probably will only cover another couple. We've told you before that we're slowly phasing everything out. So yeah, it's probably just a couple more meetings we'll cover and probably phase all that out, because I just don't see the need to continue on with that.
We think it's just gone on. It's gone on long enough. And the town council at Otter Creek, we'll follow it through the election just to kind of see what happens. But beyond that,
the problems in Otter Creek are the problems in Otter Creek, and they're not our problems anymore.
Right.
So we'll still be staying in touch with people, and we'll still be abreast of the situation there, but we don't need to swim in it. So, and there's plenty of other platforms that are swimming in it, where people can get all that information. So we don't need to really be rehashing it on yet another place. So, and I've always been with the theory that the more negative and toxic you allow in your life, the more you block any of the good stuff coming in. If you've ever noticed, when you got rid of bad situations and got out of them and really got out of them, a bunch of new doors opened up. But those doors and windows aren't going to open up as long as you keep filling your life full of garbage. So I personally want to have things in my life that add value to it. And I want to add value to the things around me, the people around me, the environment around me. And I just want to enjoy life and have positive experiences. So that's, go ahead.
Oh, I just didn't want to cut you off there. But I guess what we're trying to say, the big news is that we're not going to do any more scheduled Sunday lives. Thanks, Skipper, for the 2. We appreciate that.
Yep, you're right.
We're not going to hold ourselves to a schedule, because lately the lives have come at really inopportune times. We'd like to take the boat out. We can't. We got a live scheduled. We'd like to go here. Well, we only got a couple hours. You've got to be back for the live. We don't want to do that anymore. So I'm guilty of listening in on a lot of these other channels sometimes when they're discussing what's going on with with the with the lawsuits and the cases and Otter Creek in general and all of that, and just need to shut it down. I mean,
I don't listen to it. I don't want
so
any part of it. It's unhealthy.
it's not healthy because all you're doing is they say something, it's not true. It's not true. And you want to say something back. But if you do, all you're doing is that's exactly what they want you to do.
I don't want.
So you start a back and forth.
It's not my thing.
And that's not what I was trying to do. It ain't like you can say, well, that's not true because of this. And you can prove what you're saying is true. I mean, that's
easy. I don't
easy.
need to.
But it just goes back and forth. It doesn't matter what you say. So if you don't know by now, this has been going on at least a year, going on 2 years. If you don't know by now which side is for what and what they stand for and what they're trying to do,
you never will.
There's nothing that we can say to make to convince you otherwise, no matter how many receipts we show. So we are opting to step back from the garbage because that's all it is. It's garbage. And we have to entertain our case, and we will share with you what we know on our case. But you're actually probably going to hear it on another channel before you hear it on this one. But
because I don't follow it.
Because we don't follow it, and we don't go on the dockets and download them and open them as they get unlocked. We just don't. We'll get on there, when we get on there, whenever we think about it. But it ain't going to be every day. So it's all public information. So other channels are going to get on there and they're going to grab it and they're going to make big videos out of it. We don't care. That's not what we're about. That's never what we came on to do a YouTube channel about. This is about, it's going to be RV travel adventures or any other adventures that we deem that we think are video material. So we're going to get back to that. I think we've held to that pretty well, but sometimes we've gotten off subject or pulled off subject, but we're going to get back to that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, and I'm pretty sure I've said it before.
Mm-hmm.
The devil is always busy at trying to pull people away from what God would like them to be doing with their lives and what you should be doing with your life. So he'll busy you up. And he's not that clever. He uses the same tactics over and over again. Everybody falls for it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to live that way. When I have things going on in my life that are a problem, I draw closer to God. I pray a lot. I take time with him. I shut off all the other noise because that's the only place I'm going to get my answers. Mm-hmm. He's the only person who's consistent. He comes first, and that's where I go to. So if you keep entertaining this wrong stuff over here, you're drowning him out. And it's not going to work well. And I'm not going to live my life that way. And, I told Brett, it came to a point because he's sitting there listening to some of this stuff. It's changing his attitude. And I said, this has got to stop. I am not living my life this way. I will not be dictated by other people and the things they say about you and all that. What other people think about me, none of my business. What God thinks about me, that's my business. That's my concern. And that's it.
Thank you, Jason, for the 10. We're trying to get to it. I didn't want to cut her off.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Always good to hear from you.
And we're going to do more estate sales because we enjoy those too.
They are so much fun. I love going to them.
And we want to actually incorporate some of the estate sales and yard sales, tailgate sales, whatever sales you want to call it, while we're on the road.
Yes.
So even in other states.
Then you can really compare and see the differences in the other states. So I'm super stoked about that. But the lives, we're still going to do lives, but they're not going to be scheduled. You won't have them every Sunday. They might not even be once a week. They could be, but they could be once every 2 weeks. Who knows?
And we will try to send out at least a 2-day notice.
No, I don't do 2-day notice. That morning of is what you'll get.
Okay. Well,
don't commit me to something I'm not going to do.
All right. She's doing all that. So
just like you get a notice for the videos that morning, the same thing would happen for a live, or it may not. I will have no strict commitment for that. The videos will still stay the same with the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That'll stay the same. and you'll still get the notices about those in the mornings concerning that. But the lives, you may get a notice for that day, you may not. Whatever happens, it's going to be very spontaneous because
Okay.
I am not going to do things that are not fun for me.
And that's the key thing. She typically does not enjoy doing the lives. But so we're going to do them on her schedule when she wants to do them. So, and that's fine.
I don't need all that structure.
Yeah.
So,
we are fortunate enough. We're blessed enough that we've been able
thank you, Babs. We love you too.
that we've been able to retire. I'm 57. No, I forget. I'll be 58 this year. So I'm
dementia's
57.
kicking in. He can't even remember how old he is.
So actually, I was in my mid 50s when I had retired, when we had retired from the campground, and I'd retired from the military a long time ago. And she retired from the post office. So we've been fortunate enough, and now we don't live beyond our means, and we're very thrifty. If you've seen us on these yard sales, sometimes we buy some and sometimes we don't. So I think we're pretty thrifty with our money, that we would rather trade adventures and live modestly and not have to work, because if we go back to work, we're stuck here. So we've been blessed and fortunate enough that we've been able to retire very early, and you're not even 50.
I will be this year.
You're close,
so
but
get,
you're not
get
50
the over
yet.
the hill cake ready, baby.
So
my over 50 or 50 sash and my 50 tiara. So, I can wear that all pretty soon.
Unfortunately, there's still a case going on that involves us in Otter Creek, but we're hoping it gets dropped. There's no merit to the case. It's absolutely ridiculous. But just to announce, there is on March 19th another depot scheduled at 10 o'clock Eastern time for Lynette, and Randy Shockett will be taking care of that. And I don't even know.
And that's all public record.
It's
Everybody
all public
probably
record.
Already knows all that. It's online.
You probably do. So, yep. You're hearing it from me, so you can say that, oh, they didn't say nothing. Yeah, well, we said it.
And the court date is still set for sometime in April. I don't keep track of it that heavily.
Whatever it is.
It's in my calendar. I want to say the 16th, but don't quote me on that.
And we'll zoom in for that. I don't even know if you can zoom in for depots, but we're not interested in zooming in for that. We know what the depot is kind of going to go like. We've seen her on depots before. We're expecting the same garbage. So we have an attorney. Let him deal with that, and we'll deal with the case when the case comes. So we really want to just get back to less stress
and more having fun. That's what the channel started out as we're going to go on these adventures, and hopefully we can take people along with us, have good times with everybody, have chats here and there. So we just want to go back to the fun of the channel and the fun of what we're supposed to be doing here. Like I said, there's enough channels out there covering all the drama and everything about Otter Creek under the sun.
And you can go and get that information, and you can do a live stream, and you can usually do pretty well with it, because you'll get people that want to hear it and they can't stop listening to it. But we don't need the channel.
It's not adding any value to my life.
Right. It's not adding any value to our life, and it's not what we want to cover. And so the channel was about us doing adventures, and that's really it.
Yeah. And for a long time, this has been a rub between us, because Brett wants to continue covering these things, and I just want to get away from all these things. So it's been a long time rub.
So and you meet somewhere in the middle. But now I've pretty much given in that not having her happy is not making me happy.
You want to try things my way now, a little bit more, which is nice.
Is it?
It is, because we're supposed to be a unit here, working together towards happiness and fun times. We've worked hard individually throughout our lives. Now we've come together with a new chapter to do a lot of fun stuff and have these awesome experiences. And
we got sidetracked.
God gave us this opportunity where all these things fell in line with selling the campground and doing all these things. And you're looking in that rear view like you still want to be there, and I don't. I waved
Yeah.
bye on the way
Yeah.
out. And
I miss the campground and I miss working in the campground, but if you're going to do that, you have to entertain all this other stuff that comes with it. And that part I didn't like. I do like the campground.
well, I
I like
liked
the weather
I
in
liked the
Florida.
campground too. I liked the
Mhm.
setting. I liked the people that came there and camp. All that stuff was fun. But my whole life, I wanted to be a snowbird and be one of the people camping. And when God's knocking on my door saying, you can have this, you can go do this, okay, I'm in. You don't need to
Yep.
convince me.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, and we both wanted the same things. I was just more on a later timetable than she was. She was ready to go. Someone was
because
asking.
life, you don't know how short life could be.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
you don't sit there and wait.
And you're right. I agreed with that. I just, sometimes I have to check myself and be like, I ain't not getting any younger.
That's a good point, because I was thinking this week, a lot of times, and you should often check yourself, because it's very, very easy to get caught up in things that are unnecessary. Like
Unhealthy.
I said, the devil's always distracting you.
Yep.
And it's easy to get caught up in distractions. Oh, you're earning some money over here. Whoa, how much money can I earn?
Yeah.
Or, this guy over here, he's doing all this. Maybe I could be doing all that. And you start comparing yourself, and you start wanting all this money and this and that.
And for those of you that are familiar with YouTube and how it works, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And those who aren't may still have an idea, based on what they've heard others say. YouTube can be very lucrative. It can be, if you're creative and you're, what's a good word I'm looking for? Like if someone is well articulate and they're funny and they interact well on camera, it can be a very lucrative thing. It's not really in our wheelhouse. We're kind of who we are, and that's what we're bringing.
What you don't get is people are at different stages in their life and want different things. And you keep putting yourself at the 30-year-old Brett who is going after the building,
Yeah.
instead of the 57-year-old Brett who has built and is now ready to enjoy. So I
do have a hard time switching.
You keep putting yourself back there, and I keep trying to reel you back in and say, here's where we're at now. Let's enjoy this. Otherwise, you're going to miss your window and your opportunity. But that's another problem we all have when we're constantly comparing ourselves to others, or thinking that we need to be back where we were in our younger years, fighting the same hustle and the build and all these other things. And we don't get to that point where we're like, okay, well, I did the hustle. I built. Now it's ready to be like, oh yeah, it's my time to enjoy. Yeah. And you're still doing, you're just doing less. You're not hustling as much.
I'm just kind of wired that way. I was in the military, and then the next goal was I wanted to be a senior non-commissioned officer. And then I was like, you know what? I think being a warrant officer is the best rank in the military. And so I applied for that. And there's a process, and very few can transition to be a warrant officer. It takes a very special, someone who's very meticulous, attention to detail type person. And I kind of excelled at that. And so when I retired, I didn't transition well. I thought the outside world was more about who you know, not what you know. And I didn't like it.
Still trying to get him to transition.
It's still, it's very different on the outside. Some of the younger soldiers get out and they can't wait to get out and start their own business. And that's great. I was kind of on the other end of that. I was, I can't remember what I was when I retired. I think I was about 45 or so when I retired. So I almost think I wish I could have done a little bit more and made one more rank. But, you keep saying one more.
When's it ever
enough? So, and then I decided, I want to have my own business. What can I do? Well, I like camping. I know a lot about campers and campgrounds, and I think that would be a good passive income opportunity if we could live on the property and rent out spots. And so the campground was perfect for that. And, it wasn't a turnkey campground. It was an old one and it needed work. And I didn't mind doing that. I wanted to build it and make it my own. And so that's where I took it on and I enjoyed that. Now, my former wife didn't want to get involved. And so, I didn't have any more use for her, to be honest. I mean, we had a talk about that. This was going to be a huge life transition. This is what I want to do. She said she was on board, but she wasn't. And so
that's a HE double hockey sticks. No.
What's that?
Skipper.
Oh, what was the question?
Do you allow camping on your lawn?
Not here, no.
No. Hex no, baby. So
I kind of lost my train on that, but yeah, so I got to kind of reel it in.
You need a choo-choo whistle.
Yeah. We're in a comfortable place. We're blessed
I hustled
to be
all
in a
my
good
life,
place.
so I know where I've been. I know what I've worked all that work for. So I have no problem transitioning into the enjoyment of. It doesn't mean you stop doing stuff over here. We still do plenty of DIY and fixing it and all this other stuff. There's plenty of that. You have to have a good balance.
Diversify.
But yeah, so it's been a little bit of a challenge getting that through. And you got to constantly, like I said, recheck yourself, maybe daily. I don't even know if it's monthly. It might be daily, because it seems like we almost have to have this talk every 2 days. But yeah, you got to recheck yourself quite often and just ask yourself, what is it I'm doing with my life? What do I want to do with my life? What's important to me?
What is your end goal?
Yeah. So you got to have those things, and everybody's might be different. Hopefully yours and your spouse and your family is the same. Otherwise, it's going to be really hectic and a lot of extra unnecessary work and talking. But yeah, everybody's is different. But those are important questions to ask yourself and nail down your goals and just, keep asking yourself if you're headed in the right direction or, has the devil distracted me again? So.
And we both had we kind of met late in life. We met while I was at the campground. She was at the post office, and so I saw her quite a bit because I checked my mail every day. She wasn't always there, but somebody was, and she was there quite often. And we talked quite a bit. And then, I don't know, we had a lot of common goals as far as, now there's still a lot of things we don't agree on, but they're usually smaller things. Like, we agree on these things. We like being outdoors. We both like to work outdoors. We both don't mind getting dirty. We both don't, we like to travel. And these are the things that we were headed towards together. It's like, well, it's cheaper to do it together if we work together than to each of us try to do it on our own. We can do it sooner.
No, Melanie, it was not love at first sight. It was not.
It took a while for me to fall in love with her.
It took a while for you to convince me, is what it is.
No, you were love at first sight. I was like, whoa, slow the horse down here. No, it was really, it was
love at first fight.
Love at first fight. 90 Day Fiance, right?
Oh my goodness, that's a crazy show.
I mean, y'all have heard and seen Therese works very hard in the campground. We weren't doing a channel back then, but we probably should have been.
We should have been. All that work. I wish we would have documented it better for sure, because we really transformed that place.
Yeah, the channel would probably be twice as big as we are now if we had started earlier.
I thought I was quitting full-time at the post office to have a more relaxed life managing and owning a campground. And I think I worked harder doing that. If you could imagine
more hours working for yourself than you do when you're working for someone else.
It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, I wish we would have documented that for sure.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty interesting. But I'm glad that chapter is over personally.
Yeah.
And we started this other chapter and then got distracted here.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to get back to where we're supposed to be and cut out these distractions and start enjoying life fully, having fun adventures, doctor's appointments and stuff like that. It's going to heal. We're on the right track. And, that's life. You're going to have that stuff when hopefully there's no more sicknesses this year. Knock on whatever wood I can find. Oh, I should be able to find all kinds of wood around here. I live in a log cabin
with holes in
it. But just continue to block out the negativity. It's a shame people want to live their life that way, but I'm not one of them. So, and I'll just keep giving you the speech if it has to be every 2 days.
Yeah. We had a after, well, I think it was before Sunday's live that was going to be a live, but wasn't. We had a very serious sit down, heart to heart talk because I was getting off course. And she's like, look, this is not what I want for my life. We talked about this. This is what we want. Let's get back on track. And so that's kind of, we need to unbusy ourselves. So part of that was not scheduling the lives, but just doing them
spontaneous.
Spontaneously, impromptu,
on the fly, wherever we are.
And if you don't catch our live, it's okay. Watch it on the replay. That'll be great. We still reply to every text that we get in the comments on the lives later. And
I have a lot of people that reach out through email at madammayersadventures@gmail.com. And I talk to a lot of different people through email at different times. We have our Facebook page as well, Madam Mayer's Adventures. And I know some people comment on there and we talk back and forth. So there's plenty of ways always to reach us. But yeah, I don't need that much of a rigid schedule in my life. And
thanks, Melanie, for putting those links out for us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate all our moderators.
Our moderators are the most awesomest.
Helping us put our best foot forward there. We appreciate that. And if you guys have recommendations on what we can maybe see or do to make our channel better, we'd appreciate that. Keep in line that it's going to be adventures. Try to keep it on track. Don't ask us to go do something that's not in line with the channel.
Well, and we're still going to do, like he was saying, the sales when we're traveling, and DIY stuff is always popping up in life. So those will keep happening.
And now in the summer, there's more estate sales.
I know.
There's I think there's 3 this weekend, and we're having to pick which one we want to go to.
I love going to them because you see all kinds of cool stuff. The houses are usually pretty neat. There's cool people there.
I like seeing the properties.
Yeah.
More than the stuff.
So it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
And then what was I going to say?
And you get some good deals too. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, Chattanooga had a RV show, and then at the same weekend, this weekend, they had in Huntsville a home show. And we were just thinking about which one to go to, but we were looking at them. They weren't very big. Like, we've been to some big RV shows down in Florida and Ocala.
Ocala usually has
there's
pretty big ones.
Hershey, Pennsylvania has the biggest one.
We'll have to hit that one sometime.
That'd be nice, yeah.
That'd be fun.
But after being at an RV show that has 12 different vendors.
We already have a boat, buddy.
This one had 3 vendors. So it was it's going to be lame. It's going to be boring. We're not looking for an RV. It's hard to make that interesting. So we just opted out on those. But we do want to get to Chattanooga. There's a lot of things there to see. There's Ruby Falls we want to get over there and see. There's Lookout Mountain on both sides of the border, Tennessee and Georgia. But there's a lot we want to see around here we haven't seen. Now, we do want to take a short trip. And we're hoping to do that. It's going to be an out and back kind of trip, not a months at a time, because we do have to do checkup appointments, but they're far enough apart that we think we can do a trip. So we're anxious to get out and ready and go on that and see where we end up.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything to add?
I don't think so.
Did I overstep?
You always do. I pray every day, like, God, help me with this one here, because it's a lot. It is a lot.
Oh, we did a purchase the other day. In fact, it was Sunday.
What'd you buy me?
I bought you a swing.
Oh, that's a pretty nice swing.
Yeah. Maybe I can. You want to show the viewers the swing?
Yeah, I want to go to the Ark. Yeah, you can show them the swing.
I got to move the camera.
The only problem with the swing that I've had so far is I was out here earlier, and if you shut your eyes, you can hear the birds. And it's just a beautiful noise, and you could be almost asleep. And then someone shows up playing some political garbage and ruins all my nature. That's the only problem I've had with it so far.
Let me know if I'm pointing in the right area. Cord hung up here.
We're floating around.
How's that?
Yes. You can see it pretty well. So that's the swing. It's like a love seat, and it's pretty comfy. It's just like you're floating in the air there. But yeah, I could fall asleep in that thing pretty easily, listening to the birds out here with the beautiful breeze.
Yeah, and then while I'm here, I'll try and show you, see if you can see the lake.
Yeah, you can see
Can you see it?
over behind my head up there somewhere. Yeah, in the middle there.
Right there?
Look.
Over here. Can you see it back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just messing around. But yeah. So yeah, it's easy to take a porch nap. I even found earlier when we were cleaning out that side room, there's a hammock that we bought at an estate sale a couple months ago, and we never got to use it because it was cold. So I think we should put that out here on the porch.
Does that look good? Is that right?
That's fine. Because I could easily fall asleep in a hammock.
We do have one piece of mail, don't we?
I don't know. Do we?
We do. We have a piece of mail here.
Are you the mailman?
I'm the mailman. I don't have the truck with me, but I think we get the gist.
How nicely packaged.
Yeah. And I don't know if she's in the chat, but Christina Roman Noodles, lovely lady. We love her.
It's so beautiful.
It's a handmade Afghan. It's very patriotic. It matches the cabin.
Yes, it matches so perfectly.
And it's big. Look how big it is.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. This is the first time we pulled it out of the box. This is so gorgeous.
It even smells good.
Look, there's stars. There's stars on it.
She must have washed it. It smells like a dryer sheet.
Thank you, Christine. This is just gorgeous. I love it.
Thank you. I don't know if she's in the chat, but we'll reach out to her. I think we have her contact information.
Oh, this is just so amazing.
Yeah, we love having. We would rather have 5 good friends than to have 40 people we don't know. And
this is so awesome. She is the sweetest, and what a gift of love. It's just amazing. And this is what we should always be doing for each other, that I talk about, lifting each other up and showing each other love. And this is the positive stuff that you should have in your life, and you should water it and let it grow and let it be a domino effect. And you do good for people and they do good for people, and just get rid of all the negativity and all the hate and just love on people.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I'd rather have 30,000 subscribers that support what you're doing.
This can be so nice tonight.
And you have good positive interactions than to have 300,000 subscribers and none of them care about you or don't, they're just watching the drama.
That's what I say. We have this wonderful community of people that just love each other. And I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah. And in our community here, the neighbors that we've met, they've been great. They've overextended. We've been invited down to watch a Route 66 video because they went on a Route 66 tour, and we're thinking about doing that. So he definitely has a lot of notes that he's taken, and we want to go over and revisit that and watch it more intently and take some notes.
The world is
So,
full of good people.
Yeah.
And those are the people that need to be magnified, all the good people, and quit magnifying all the bad and all the hate, and love on each other.
Don't glorify the hate people. When you watch them, you're supporting them.
Well, the worst thing about it is again, you're just surrounding yourself with toxic, negative, and you're shutting out good stuff from happening if that's what you consume yourself in.
Yeah, it's like a one-way road, and you can't let bad and good stuff travel at the same time. One can travel, then the other can travel. So you got to pick which one you want to travel. Well, that depends on what you want your outcome to be. Depends on where you want your life to go.
And again, what you feed grows, and what you starve dies. So it's pretty simple.
That's emotionally we're speaking.
And I know too, when I'm not feeling so happy, or when you're having problems you're trying to work through, like I said earlier, I draw closer to God. I will be jamming.
She's always got her little earphones on.
I love
headphones, but earphones.
I love music, so I have to have music. I'm not one of those people that likes to listen to talk radio or a bunch of people talking. I want to jam my music. I want to get lost in my music, and that's me. So I'm always having my headphones on, and if I'm depressed or whatever, I'm going to put on some good jams, and I'm going to dance, and I'm going to sing, and then you're not even depressed anymore. You're just so happy.
Lately, there's a show we've been watching. So we don't have traditional TV. We can't get like Fox News, ESPN. We can't get those channels. But we can get anything the internet has. So it's a smart TV, and we'll go on there and we'll watch. Lately, it's been what's it called? Bargains.
The
beachfront bargains and lakefront bargains, and we like watching those.
Watching the people buy the houses and fix them up. And
one guy completely gutted a house and made it gorgeous, but he was a contractor.
It's beautiful watching that.
Goodness.
And I'm sitting there cheering these people on as if they were my best friends, and I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. I wish I could be there to hug you. I love it so much. And
the guy was the couple and the family, actually, there were kids too. They were all very likable. They should have a YouTube channel with this, but he was a contractor.
He was also just enjoy their lake.
He was also a former, recently retired military officer, and so he had that go get it done. Here's the mission type attitude, and I was like, man, I like this guy.
I love me some casting crowns always.
And he was getting the job done. Like, he was so good at it, and he was multitasking, and all the rooms were working at one time, and he had the kids involved in the demolition, and it was fun to watch. I liked it. I liked the chemistry that was happening.
Skipper likes the show you like. Love After Lockup.
Oh yeah, we used to watch that, but again, it's too much drama.
That's a Brett show. I had never heard of it before. That's a Brett show.
We used to watch it, and then it just, I don't know, we don't have regular TV, so we can't get it. There is an app.
Good, because it added zero value to my life.
Yeah, the app has the older shows, and we've seen them. So that's another drama show, though. I got wrapped up in it.
That beachfront bargain hunt is a good binge show, and it's like, we stayed up one night. Was it till 1 a.m?
Yeah.
The time change night, I think it was. And we stayed up till 1 a.m. We were watching that, and I'm like, we got to make ourselves go to bed because I'm just loving it so much watching this show. And I want to visit the locations.
Sometimes we'll watch it on the TV if it has it listed in the Vizio free TV, and then there's the lakeside ones are not on there. So I had to pull it up on my phone.
Loving my Jesus.
Like HGTV, pull it up on your phone and broadcast it to the TV. So you got all kind of stuff you can watch that's not, regular TV.
Extreme RVs.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
I've watched those too.
Yeah.
Some of those are kind of sickening because we can't afford those kind of RVs. They're all up in the upper millions.
Melanie says, I like taking a risk. George's brother YouTube channel. Yep.
We check in on that one on occasion. Yep. We watch that one.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome what they do, and seeing them work with all the kids, and God bless them.
It'd be neat to kind of collaborate with them somewhere if we happen to be in the same state at the same time.
But again, they're in a different stage in their life than we are.
Theirs is more about 4 different kids, and dealing with that. And
so when they're camping, they're hanging out with other families with
That have
children, and that
kids,
works
right.
good for them.
Yes.
But yeah, I cheer them on too. They're great, and I love watching when he does have them on. I always say, man, I don't know how they do it with all those kids, and God bless them.
And in a short period of time, he didn't know anything about RVs when he got into it, and now he knows quite a bit about RVs.
Yep. So that's good. And like I said, does it add value? Then keep it.
Yeah.
If it makes you happy.
Yeah. When you're watching something, always ask yourself, is this going to add value to my life? And if the
And I
answer
think
is
if
no,
the stuff makes you happy and
right.
it's positive, and like when I'm watching those bargain shopping houses shows, or they're fixing it up, it's exciting to me because my brain's thinking of what different things I could be doing. And so
I like when the couples get into scenarios where it's okay if it needs a little bit of remodeling or refurbishing, and then the guy always bites off more than he can chew, and the girl's like, "You're not gonna do that."
yeah, my sister has 6 kids, so
Yeah.
I always used to say, God bless you, because that's a lot. And I watched her deal with a lot, and I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah. So we have kids, but we don't have kids together. I had 5 kids actually, from previous marriages, and they're all grown. And she has 1 kid from our previous relationship who's grown and living in.
I see Christine in there. Thank you so
Christina,
much.
is she in
I
there?
love it. I absolutely love it. You do good work.
Thanks, Christine, for the lovely gift. Very thoughtful. And
she does everything well. Her food is mwah.
I see
Her
us
blankets are wonderful and comfy.
I see us taking this out on the pontoon boat.
Oh, and looking at the stars, we could curl up. Oh, that would be nice. I like that idea.
And that's what's fun about a smaller channel too. We don't have so much chatter going on that you can't react. I mean, when you have 10,000 people in a chat or 20,000 people in a chat, you're not spending any time with them. You're just paying attention to the super chats. And I get it when you're that big.
We love you too, Christine.
We like the channel at a comfortable size where we can interact with the people, and it's just more fun. It's more fun.
Yeah, and once a week we still do either a live or a video for our members. And that's fun too. And it'll be more fun when we're traveling around as well.
Yeah.
I know things have gotten a little frustrating with the health issues, and then just being stuck. It's a frustrating place to be. So I'm glad that everything is finally in the right direction. We have a few things cleared up for the direction of the channel and what we're doing and where we're heading in life in general, because my life is not completely wrapped up in a YouTube channel. I mean, if that were to disappear, my life still goes on.
No, and understand too, we're not relying on any income from the channel to pay our bills.
Well, that's a good thing,
right?
Because we don't make much.
It's right. It's not a big money channel, so it pays for our adventures and our gas, and it covers campground fees, and all of that is tax deductible. And that was the whole point of the channel, was to take our adventures and be able to self-sustain the adventures and to have fun doing it.
Well, we always have different viewpoints. My whole thing was just to be able to bring people and have fun and show that. That was my whole point of it.
Well, that too. You can do those things at the same time.
So I'm glad to be back on track. And, if I got to keep sitting you down and having the conversation, because I refuse to live my life that way. So
we're chasing squirrels there, Wilburns. Squirrel.
Kathy wants to know if you have a soapbox today.
I don't. We talked about it, but the one that I came up with wasn't one that we should do. So, no, we don't have a soapbox today.
It's not my soapbox, so there's no we on the soapbox anyway. That's all you.
No soapbox today. I can't think of anything.
Did you get everything out of your system already?
No, I mean, I'm sure there's others, but normally something happens to me that week, and it's at the top of my list, and I write it down. But that hasn't happened this week. So
The only thing that happened to you this week is Therese gave you a smackdown.
yeah, but I wouldn't say
You
that's
got
a
the Mama
soapbox.
Therese smackdown.
That's okay. That's part of it. I knew that going in that was going to happen.
Well, if you don't stand up for yourself and what you want in life, then you're going to be pretty miserable.
Hey, Heather, welcome
to
to the Resident. Woo-hoo. Yep. So we're hoping to do more with the lives
and the best news is you're not a resident in Otter Creek.
That's right.
So
that's right.
But yeah, that I'm excited for the next few months and the adventures we're going on, because I know there's a lot of different things we want to do. Even some big yard sales. We're talking about going to some Amish yard sales in the future. So that'll be a lot of fun.
And those last like the whole weekend.
Yeah, those are huge. And again, the stuff you see, the people you meet, that I'm really looking forward to.
And we're even discussing the possibility of finding at least one of us back in Savannah again for a weekend or so.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens
with the Girl Scouts.
With the Girl Scouts, but we'll see what happens with that.
Gonna wear my green hat. Be a Girl Scout.
Are you wearing green? Or is that for March? Huh?
Well, I'm talking about a Girl Scout hat.
Well, yeah, but you gotta be wearing green
for
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, well, do I have any green?
I don't know. I don't think I have any green. Well, this hat's green, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. You
didn't say what shade it needs to be, so
no, any kind of green.
I have to go on a scavenger hunt now.
Well, that's all I really got. Did you have anything else for these lovely people?
I don't think so. So our next live, remember, will not be next or this coming up Sunday. It will be whenever. Unstructured and spontaneous fun.
But the member lives will be once a week, usually shorter. And it could be anything. It could also be a video. That
he's always trying to nail me down to a schedule. There he went, making another commitment.
Well, it's once a week, and I can do those.
I know you like doing those.
I don't mind just short little videos. Yeah,
but we'll see.
So we're just kind of winging it here. We'll see what happens. But we want to get back to
taking away your structure.
We want to get back to life, love, and following God, and doing things that are right in His eyes. And some of you get pulled away from watching the wrong stuff, listening to the wrong stuff.
It's easy. It's all around you. I mean, it's easy.
So we had none
of us are perfect, and we all have sinful tendencies. Everybody on this planet, everybody. Just because yours don't match hers and hers don't match his doesn't mean you don't have any. None of us are perfect. The big difference is, are you self-aware? Are you trying to do anything different? Or are you just throwing it to the wind and having a free-for-all? That's the huge difference. Because, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Anything worth it is worth working on. Pretty much.
Well, we definitely want to thank you guys.
Yeah, I love you guys, and I've really enjoyed this live because I love interacting with everybody and hearing about all the good stuff going on and different ideas and tips and tricks and sharing love.
And doing it on a Tuesday afternoon, we didn't really know what to expect. Are people still at work? Or people not? Most people are home Sundays, but they get busy on Sundays too. So our schedules kind of colliding with other channels as well. And we know that. So we just thought we would pick a day, middle of the week, and just.
And I love being out here on the porch. This is my favorite place to be. So
yeah, we kind of want to break off and do what it is that we're supposed to be doing, and not including really a lot of what's being discussed.
And it's been hard doing the last
It is,
couple of
yeah.
lives because of being sick and being in a
Yeah.
tremendous amount of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, nobody wants to be around other people when they're in pain. I mean, you don't even want to be around yourself when you're in pain. To be honest, you're just like, ugh, or ugh,
Not
right? Is that
ugh.
the word? Ugh.
Ugh.
But you don't even want to be around yourself. So
Mhm.
it was incredibly hard doing the last couple, not feeling well and being in pain. So, and I want to be able to be positive and happy because I would like that to spread out to y'all, and then you spread it out to the people you know, and it's a big domino effect.
Yeah.
And we can only change the world one person at a time, and it starts with you.
Yep.
And you.
And you.
Me.
All right.
But yeah, we had super fun with y'all, and thank you, moderators. Thank you to all our subscribers. Remember, it's free to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button, and it helps everything. Helps the algorithm, as they say.
That's right. It's free.
It's
Click.
free to subscribe. And thank you to our members. I know that is not free, but it is low cost. And we will see you guys on either a live or video later on in the week.
Yeah.
And take care of each other and be positive and keep that domino effect going.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
I do not.
All right. Then I'm going to give the big peace out.
Peace out.
Love you guys. And we will talk to you soon.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Have fun adventures.